Good morning. There's Annabelle hydrangea. Come out to do a check-in, a garden check-in here in the first week of June. In the orchard garden first. I got these right here, all the white beds built. There was 4. I bought them last January in 2025, so I finally got them put together. All of them. So we have this one you've seen, and then 3 more. This guy here, I bought 3 eggplant plants. They were the last of what was available. Normally I don't, because I have flea beetles fairly bad, so I have no luck growing them, but I thought, what the heck, try. These are Black Beauty eggplants, which are not my favorite. I'd rather have the Japanese, but it's what they had, so that's fine. And then in the other plants in here are red sweet potato slips. The skin is red, but the flesh is white. So we'll see how they do. It's fairly shallow, so I'm not sure they're gonna produce or not. Who knows? But that's okay. I have in this bed 3 Tasmanian chocolate tomatoes, which are semi-dwarf. Some marigolds. I threw in this parsley that looks near death, but I'm hoping that it revives. And a few odds and ends. There's squash that came up in here from compost. There's 4 plants. I don't know what they are or if they'll grow or not, but we will see. And then I'm leaving the cilantro here that's all gone to seed to dry. You can see for grinding up to make coriander. So another week or so before it's brown. Hopefully, then I'll chop it back and everything might do a little better. So, and here I have my hollyhock blooming. Isn't she pretty? I thought it was going to be white, but look, it's this beautiful hot pink, which I like. So, yeah, it's got lots of buds on it. Lots of buds. These beds aren't doing too bad. Well, they never thrive great, but I try. These are my hot wax peppers, which never really perked up from being seeded, but that's okay. It's not a pepper year, apparently. And these cucumbers are surviving the cucumber beetles, and those are Boston pickling. And in this bed, I seeded some tongues of fire beans. They're a Berlotti bush bean. I never get to grow bush beans. I just don't have a situation where they can thrive, but I'll try in here first and see what happens. They're very old seeds, so I don't know if they'll grow or not, but it's worth a shot. They're probably about 7 or 8 years old, so we'll see if they come up or not. It's only been 3 days, so, and we're expecting some rain, so hopefully it's pretty. Salvia is blooming, and this little bit of catnip here I left go to flower so the bees can have it. I won't harvest it till it's all done. The rest I harvest before. But anyway, these tomatoes in this trough are Full Moon Kiss. They're a dwarf. As you can see, that's as big as they're going to get. But they have hyper tresses, which are where there's, hundreds of blooms, 50, I don't know exactly, of blooms on the tresses. So it's a pale yellow little cherry type tomato. So anyway. anyway, so that's those. Over here I have pots of peppers, jalapenos, some lavender. Those are Lesia peppers that are doing really good since I put them in that pot. And this soil in this bed, I don't know. I wish I had some nice soil, but these are 2 black cherry tomatoes that aren't doing great. They really haven't, they're stunted in here. But who knows, they might take off in a few weeks. I planted Taget's lucida seeds here, and one came up, one little seedling. So anyway, there's a reseeded Gardener's Delight tomato. There's an Amalia tomato in this pot, which I'm excited for. She's got blooms on her, so I'm excited to eat those. This bed I put some yellow lemon squash seeds. I'll probably have to move 2 of those. One is probably enough for this bed. And some odds and ends. There's another eggplant in a pot. There was 3 in the pack, so I got 3. A pepper I'm trying to revive, a cubanella, in the next little pot. And then these are Lesia peppers, again, that look pretty good. The horseradish looks healthy. And my green stalk, with all the dwarf French beans, is doing really well now. The bumblebees love these flowers. So there's usually bumblebees on it. And they're just starting to make, beans. So you can see in here, like, actual... No, maybe you can't see. I can't even see. Anyway, there is baby beans in there. Oh, here's some. Right here's some nice beans. So, here, I'll pick one. This is almost as big as they get. This is the dwarf French bean. It's really good. I blanch them and freeze them if I don't eat them. So, this planter's doing well. It's got some basil, and those marigolds are booming. That little pequeño pepper right there, it's growing, but it's getting overshadowed by those annuals. So, excuse me. This pot has some habanero peppers that I just got. We'll see if they come to anything. Annuals here just for a bright splash of color. Pots of basil. I put that tomato in that pot yesterday. It's a Eva's Purple Ball. Over here, look, my space is empty here. I've got just this little bit here. These are just some extra Swiss chard plants, and I planted bronze fennel seed because I love that plant, and mine died, so you're doing good. Little teeny little fennel plants. Here there's marjoram in a pot that's blooming that looks nice. Some more habanero peppers. Yeah, so that's looking good. Over here we've got my little ragu bay tree I bought. Oh, look. It's a hummingbird moth. Yay! But yeah, so the little ragu bay tree. This has one cherry pit in it, seed, trying to grow from my Hanson cherry trees over here. Well, they're not trees, they're bushes. I call them Nanking, but they're not. I made a mistake. These are Hanson cherry. And they are a native cherry. They're actually in the plum family, but anyway. A full moon kiss tomato in a pot. And another salvia here that survived from last year. Aren't those neat how they have the flower heads? And it's fuchsia colored. Tons going on here. Oh, cat fights. Here I've got lavender blooming, Some pretty annuals. I put another Eva's Purple Ball tomato in this big pot. So this pot here has the other eggplant in it, and a coleus and some lobelia. And I got this old wooden wire reel for free. It's got odds and ends on it. A few houseplants, succulents, and some celery, a couple tomato plants left to deal with. And so, yeah. Oh, it's humid out here. The Twilight New Mex pepper here with all this chocolate mint is doing all right. Just a daylily and some moonbeam coreopsis that's never done anything. Those are my only really cayenne peppers left. All the rest got sick. Nasturtiums. This wheelbarrow's not doing great. Again, the soil issue. They haven't grown at all since I put them in there, but the asparagus is done for the year. There's some squash back here in this stack of tires. It'll grow up into the sun, hopefully. That's what they usually do. I usually put squash here. Those are just odds and ends. I don't know what they are. They came up in other beds and I transplanted them into that tire. So all this bee balm is about to bloom. Wild bergamot. Also down in this bed there's loofah sponge gourds that are actually growing. So that's a plus. This little pequeño is trying. These tomatoes aren't doing great, but it is what it is. These are all F1s. There's two different varieties, Red Pride and Ace 55 that I'm trying this year. They're a standard baseball size tomato for canning. My favorite flower is about to bloom here, the Queen of the Prairie. It's in the Meadow Sweet family. See, here's all my plants I bought, pepper plants, because my seedlings didn't do well, are dying. They're all sick. So all these, I'm just going to pull them out actually, probably today. I'm tired of hoping that something good is going to come of it, but they're all just sick. So there's probably like 25 plants I bought, and every one of them, different varieties planted in different spaces in the garden, have all gotten sick. So yeah, there's a bunch of money wasted, and I'm not going to have any peppers this year hardly. It's pretty sad, but oh well. These are my peppers I grew, and they're doing okay, but they're small. I don't really know what these are because the labels got washed out. Hoping there's at least one or two Poblanos in there. And there's a new variety I was going to try called New Jit Put, which is like a jalapeno but hotter. So hopefully they come to something, or I'll have no peppers this year. These tomatoes. Back here are Repreco tomatoes, 4 plants, which are a determinate small paste tomato. They don't get enough sun, but it is what it is. I've got these tomatoes, which are Chef's Choice, which are doing okay. The echinacea's blooming. And there's a black cherry tomato here. Every day I get to go around and scoop cat shit out of my garden beds. It's lovely. It's lovely to have cat shit in your garden bed. I wish I could get rid of all the cats, but what do you do? Who wants 9 cats? Anyhow, nobody, because there's a million cats in the world. Okay, so focus, Heather. Come through here. All kinds of odds and ends growing. But anyway, the rue looks happy. It can grow in the ground. I just have nowhere to put it. This Siberian ginseng's getting buds to bloom. And my pawpaw tree is still alive in its pot. needs to go in the ground. Yeah, so that's the orchard garden. Not doing too bad. This lemongrass looks good. In the pot. So yeah, that's the little bit of the orchard garden, what's going on. The little frog pond is doing fine. Hopefully those water hyacinths will start blooming. And yeah, we'll have some pretty flowers there. So anyhow, everybody take care and stay tuned for the main garden tour. Bye.